Well, hello and welcome to the Vojvodina Arena in Novi Sad, 90 kilometers northwest of the Serbian capital, Belgrade, and day one in the 2012 European Handball Championships. My name's Paul Bray. Thanks for joining us today for this match between Hungary and Croatia. Well, Hungary will be looking to put behind them the disappointment of failing to qualify for the 2011 World Championships and by dint of that the London Olympics as well, as they begin their 2012 campaign against Croatia, who were beaten quarter-finalists of the London Olympics, but qualified impressively for these European Championships as the only team to win all 6 of their qualifying games. But since then, unfortunately, as we'll find out shortly, Croatia have been absolutely decimated by injuries, including that of the Krim Ljubljana star left-back Andrea Penezic. She is one of a host of players missing, and it's going to be a real problem for them. This is arguably the toughest group. It's a real hard one to call between these two teams, Germany and Spain, as to which 3 will go through to the main rounds. Earlier today already Spain beat Germany 23-20, but it's all still wide open at this stage. So warm-up going on for both teams. Hungarians who were European champions back in 2000, but that's a long time ago. They then had a few 5th place finishers that took bronze in 2004, finished 10th 2 years ago. They were also silver medalists at the Olympics in 2000, bronze medalists in 96, in there or thereabouts. But only that one title, the European Championships in 2000, to show for it. There in the picture at the moment is Monika Kovacic, 29-year-old, plays for FTC Budapest, 110 internationals, 266 goals scored in that time. For all the supremacy of Giurietto, the Hungarian champions, they've got a real mix of players from all manner of different Hungarian clubs, and in amongst them Valeria Sabo, Zvezda Zvenigorod, she plays for in Russia. One of only 2 exiles, the other one being Anita Bulat, the number 10, who plays for Podravka in Croatia. Well, there is Monika Kovacic. 1.71 m, 29 years of age, 112 internationals, 272 goals played. She could be an absolutely key player, the FTC Budapest right winger, very experienced. She's been to 3 European Championships and 2 World Championships. Well, the team's still warming up here. We'll let you just enjoy the pictures of the teams preparing and come back to you in just a few moments when we are nearing the throw-off of this Group C match in this very tight group. So we'll join you again in just a few moments. Hello and welcome to the Vojvodina Arena in Novi Sad. We are some 90 kilometers northwest of the Serbian capital, Belgrade. And it's day one in the 2012 Women's European Handball Championships. My name's Paul Brett. Thanks for joining us for this match between Hungary and Croatia. The Hungarians always so well supported, as you can see there. Not only noisy but colourful. Well, Hungary will be looking to put the disappointment of failing to qualify for the 2011 World Championships and London Olympics behind them as they begin their 2012 European campaign against Croatia, who were beaten quarter-finalists at the London Games but qualified impressively for this European Championship with 6 wins from 6. And there's confirmation of the earlier result in this group today, Spain beating Germany 23-20. This the most open of the groups. Frankly, hard to know which of these 3 teams will go through. And this is how the table looks on the back of that Spanish win. Well, unfortunately, since Croatia's impressive qualifications, the only team, in fact, to win all 6 of their qualifying games, they have been decimated by injuries, and we'll come back to that a little later on. The referees for today's game are from the Czech Republic, Jiří Opava and Pavel Valek. The injuries that have been faced by the Croatian side are bewildering in a way, because it just seemed to never end, and they managed to continue to have injuries even in recent training. There's some of the fans who've made the journey. It's always a very noisy experience in the hall when the Hungarians are here, but it's a fantastic atmosphere. So the referee's being formally introduced now. This Vojvodina Arena normally seats 8,000, but not full here today, but not unusual in the early stages, weekday evening. And now we shall have the national anthems, starting with Croatia. Plenty of emotion, and now we shall have the anthem of Hungary. So every game absolutely critical in a group that is wide open. So Croatia, well, they have been absolutely beset with injury. They arrive without their captain Tatari, Pusic, Arslan Alajic, and maybe most importantly their top scorer Penezic. And to make matters worse, Horvat and Grubisic were injured in training last week. Well, there is Jelcic, the 32-year-old veteran of 192 internationals, and Kristina Eleš, the number 14, 25 years of age, 115 caps, 377 goals. You may know her better under her maiden name of Kristina Franic. While for Hungary, well, line player Sabo and left-back Bulat are not fully fit, but they made the trip anyway. Zushansky also picked up an injury in their warm-up games, but hopefully will be okay. But Grbić will be the player to look out for in the Hungarian team. The playmaker is a real star player. There is Monika Kovacic, the 29-year-old winger, and there is Grbić. 840 goals in 181 international matches played. It is a phenomenal record, and Vladimir Kanyuga's had to do a lot of juggling after all those injuries. He's brought in a lot of young players who do look, though, very promising, and this could be actually a great way to build up for the future. And for the Hungarians, well, a new coach since the disappointment of not going to the World Championship. Karl-Erik Bøhn, a Norwegian, has taken over from Esther Matefi, trying to turn their fortunes around. And he will see if he can get them off to a winning start here. Karl-Erik Bøhn, who is hugely experienced, but Croatia will be looking to forget about the injury problems, and it is quite something that 5 of the players they wanted to name have all been injured, including, of course, those late 2 injuries that they suffered to Horvat and Grubisic in training accidents. Couldn't have written it if you tried, frankly, but still plenty of experience on both sides. So it's Croatia who prepared to throw off this game. And here we go then, Croatia in the all-blue strip, playing from right to left. Hungarians in the all-white strip open up with a 6-0 defence. So earlier today then, Spain beat Germany 23-20. And every game is so important here because they're all going to take points off each other, I suspect, in the end. They are so closely matched, these teams in this group. But while Croatia finished 7th at the World Championships and then went on to be knocked out at the Olympic Games in the quarter-finals, Hungary, for their part, failed to qualify for the World Championships in 2011. They lost out to Germany in the head-to-head playoff. First goal of the game, and who else but Grbić. Adds to impressive tally of 840 goals internationally. She's played in 3 World Championships, 2 European Championships, and an Olympic game. No luck there, and back come Hungary. Grbić trying to release the ball. She's fouled, takes it quickly after that. As ever, she's had problems with the left knee and has for some time now played with that heavy support on the leg. Oh, cheap giveaway off a very deep defence, playing 5-1. Luckily, though, the Croatians played too fast for their own good, and Bazic fumbles the ball. Both teams playing untidily early on. But is it too far ahead? No, she's managed to run onto it. Nicely done, Gace. Nicely done. It almost looked as if it was too far ahead, but when the ball bounced, it slowed a little bit. 29-year-old who plays for Podravka, the Croatian champions, equally experienced actually when we talked about Grbić. 3 Europeans, 2 Worlds, and an Olympic. And look at that, we've only been playing a few minutes, 2.5 minutes. We've already had 5 turnovers in the game. I think we've had a yellow card for Gace. So back in on the line for Hungary. And that's a penalty. Verton, the winger, came in behind and got fouled in the process. And Milanovic Litre picks up second yellow card of the game for the Croatians very early on. Gurbic. The goalkeeper lifts her right leg, and as soon as Herr does that, Gurbic just shoots next to the standing leg. 2-1 to Hungary. Dispossessed unfairly, say the referees. It's a free throw. Gurbic thinks otherwise, but there was a fairly easy call for the Czech referees. Nicely done. Gace again. Well, anything Gurbic can do, she can do too. Little dummy, gets in between the gap, and neither defender moved up or tried to block her correctly. Gurbic tries to bounce the ball in, it's still loose. And it goes in, Tomori. Very experienced player, 101 internationals, 247 goals. Voted the best Hungarian player of the year last year. Once more Hungary edge ahead, 4.5 minutes played. And a yellow card now, I think, for Hungary's number 18, Samoranski. Basic on the ball now, number 29. Oh, beautifully done. Top corner, Zebic. 30-year-old left winger who plays a club handball in Serbia for Zaječar. They have a few fans in the hall. Oh, push as she went to shoot, nothing's given. Let's have a look again. She threw herself away, maybe it was a bit of a lunge, but ball's lost meanwhile. We're past the 5-minute mark in the first half. Gurbic. Tomori drops the ball, manages to collect up the loose ball, and it's going to be a free throw. She got a push in the process anyway as Samoranski goes in on the line. It's a penalty. Foul in the back of Victoria Ridei-Șos. Good save, mind you, by Orsoya Her, the goalkeeper, but it counts for nothing. And while we're watching the replay, Gurbic scores a third goal. Croatia come back quickly, and Basic has gone into the centre. The number 29, who is father Mirko Basic, was a great player in his time for the then Yugoslavia. In fact, gold medalist at the 84 Olympics, also played at the 88 games. His daughter following in his footsteps. And there she is, scoring to level the scores 4-4. It's going to be a real test of character for the Croatians, who had such a good build-up getting here, and then lose 6 key players through injury. Trying to turn, no way through. It's going to be a free throw for Hungary. Trying to turn, couldn't turn, so it's just a free throw. Good try by Piroshka Samoranski, 26-year-old who plays for FTC Budapest. Attacking foul. And crowd not too happy as Tomori takes a blow in the process, but the Croatians are getting on with it. Free throw. A foul on Ivana Petkovic. Here it is again. And I think they may have called it for steps just before the point of impact, and it kind of negates the blow afterwards, but would have been a foul in any other book. Elej. Oh, she's given the ball away. Tomori's got it. And Monika Kovacic away. And Hungary edge in front again, to the delight of their supporters. Second line play goes in for Croatia. No one to pass to, has to go for a long pass in the end, which Kovacic tips out of play. Oh, into the line. No one picked up Gace. Came round from the wing and waited at the back. To the wing. Again, free throw. Well, only 7 of the Croatian team remain from their Olympic squad because of that spate of injuries, but also just a natural turnover with Vladimir Kanyuga just picking some different players. And we've got a yellow card. It may well be for Ride Shus. In fact, she's already on one, so probably not her. Penalty! Well, nice quick breakthrough by Anita Bulat. And Görbit steps up again. Comfortably beats Orsoya Her. Görbit with the 4th goal of the game, 3rd penalty. Took it quickly before Her could compose herself. Free throw. And a yellow card as well. Kanyuga looking somewhat bemused by the call. Number 14, Elej, on the ball. Here she comes again. Actually plays a club handball in Hungary. Nicely played. Milanovic, Litre. It's all square again, 6-all. Nice feed into her by Elej, the Croatian playmaker, who is up against 2 of her club teammates at ETV Erdi, Vingeu and Sekeres, neither of which has been on court yet for the Hungarians. Görbit. Ride Shus comes to nothing, and out come Croatia. 12 minutes played. Bazic looks to steam down the middle, just pulls up in the end, trying to avoid the attacking foul. A few changes now. Attacks being made between, or changes being made between attack and defence. Look at that, both teams on 86% shot efficiency. Well, actually, Croatia's has just gone down a bit. We've had 12 and a half minutes played and 13 goals now. Elej, the Hungarian-based Croatian player, puts them in the lead. First time Croatia have led in the game. Playing this very deep 5-1 defence, but it does allow a bit of space behind if you're willing to run into the back. Jezic, the player up front. But Tomori finding a way through. Got in behind her. Tomori's second goal, that was. And that's going to be a penalty. Foul on Anita Gace. Nice pass into her once more. Elej, the provider. Penalty will be taken by Maja Zebic this time. Scores comfortably. Zebic's second goal. So a team timeout meanwhile has been called as Zebic wheels around there. You can see an ask to be substituted. She picked up a knock. Let's see. Eric Byrne. Well, communicating in English. His Hungarian not quite up to it. He hasn't been in the job that long. So the assistant, Beata able to help and translate for those who didn't follow the English version from the Norwegian coach. But effectively, he's trying to get them to spread the play wide. The problem for them is they are trying to force the batter the front door down all the time instead of trying to look at going around the edges. For Kanuga, well, his team have settled. They've weathered the storm early on here. They've settled into the game. There's always a danger when you lose so many key players, and he still has a good array of experienced players that you start the game thinking, well, you know, not much is expected of us, and you get in the wrong frame of mind from the outset. So play resumes, 16 minutes remaining in the first half. Oh, and a bit of a mistake, and Herr apologises to her teammates as Tomori scores her third goal to level it at 8-all. It was not a good shot to let in for Orsoya Herr. Oh, in fact, I should get that right. It's not Herr, of course. It's Zderic. My name is mixed up. So the build up again. Elej looking for the line. Doesn't have to this time. Gets a good shot on goal, but it's well saved. And this time it was Orsoya Herr. Zderic beaten. A great shot by Rede Schuss. Straight through. And so Hungary take the lead back again midway through the first half. Croatia though now with a 2-minute suspension. Confirmation that it's Jezic who's gone off. There was an incident on the last attack, not picked up initially as the play moved on very quickly. Despite being short-handed, the Hungarians have been wasteful on this one. The ball goes straight through, meant for the line player. And instead they're going to concede. Nicely done. Gace. Her fourth goal. She's so quick up on the break. Quick look up by Maja Zebic. And she saw the opportunity to make that pass. Interesting that Maja Zebic played for Ichaco until last year. And then the club, the Spanish champions, who were due to play in the Champions League, had to pull out because of financial difficulties, and they've had an exodus of players. A lot of their Spanish players moved off, including two of them going off to Zaječar in Serbia, and Zebic followed them. And with some of her Spanish club teammates. Ironically, of course, they'll be facing each other as well in subsequent games. It'll be as early as tomorrow, and with the extra player, the Hungarians have gone to 5-0-1 defence. Ah, beautifully done. Elej. And a disastrous spell for the Hungarians, who during a power play have managed to concede 2 goals. Gorebic tries to go through. What a shame, the ball just fumbled by Ride Shos. Tomori couldn't capitalise either. Back come the Hungarians, and a poor pass. What a shame. There was a gap there, and they could have almost made it 3 goals in a power play. But in fact, the Hungarians are back to full strength, and the coach there, Karl-Erik Byrne, and Beata Schiti, rather, looking anxious to say the least, that they haven't been able to capitalise when they should have done. Gorebic is down, free throws given. She swapped over with Tomori, who's gone into the centre in front of this very deep and very aggressive 5-1 defence by the Croatians, which is doing really well at the moment. Well, I say that, and they run straight in behind, of course. And that's Ride Shos. Second goal of the game for her, levels the score once more, 10-all. They're playing better when they were short-handed, Croatia. Hungarian still defending. 6-0. Oh, great arm, Elej. Her 3rd goal. She's got such fantastic explosion in that arm. But the good thing about her is she's got that extra variety, that she's able to check and then pass to the line if that's the option very quickly. It's not just a focus on the goal and blast it. Tomori. The defence, 2 of them move out. The line was free briefly, but didn't get service. That's better now. Well, she was fouled in the act of shooting, I would have to say, Samoransky, but only a free throw's been given by the Czech referees. That's an odd one. Shot goes wide, but a free throw is given for the foul on Tomori. Look again. She has turned. She's not in a great shooting position, but she has managed to turn. And it is a matter of interpretation, but I have to say I would have given it. Tomori fouled as she comes around, and that could be a 2-minute suspension, being pulled from behind. And the second 2-minute suspension, even before we've reached 20 minutes in the game, for number 17, Katarina Jezic. And she caught her from behind. And that's why the 19-year-old who plays for Budućnost in Montenegro gets another enforced break, and a little lecture from Kanyuga as well to boot. Well, last time she was off, Croatia scored twice. Karl-Erik Byrne remonstrates with the table. Shot efficiency dropped a little, but still high for both teams. 73, 71%. So Croatia, despite being short-handed, don't play a line play. Instead, they come in from the wing, but no service is coming in to Milanovic-Litere, who's waiting there. She creates a little bit of space, but it's a comfortable save for the goalkeeper in the end. The shot going straight down the middle. To move the ball through, and still Hungary not capitalizing well enough. Bounced off the bar and it goes out of play, and Croatia will slow it right down now. No need for Zderic. who's been favoured to start in goal for Croatia ahead of the far more experienced Ivana Jelčić, interestingly. Zderic, who didn't go to the Olympic Games. They picked instead Grubisic. And it's number 14, Elej, for Croatia, who's being individually marked, just coming into the bottom of the picture. Team timeout's been called now by Croatia as Vladimir Kanjuga wants to have a word with the players. A little bit of a stalemate situation. Well, he only said keep close, didn't he? I'm sure she's adding a little bit herself there, that's it. He knows what he wants. He's such an experienced coach, Karl-Erik Bøhn. But frustrated with a couple of calls there. They could certainly have had a penalty. He seemed to be annoyed with the call against the winger as well, whether the ball had gone out or not. For Kanjuga, well, he must be quite pleased. He's got quite a few new players on the bench. Think of Aneta Peraica and Jono, Čović, Frankovic, all of them in low numbers of experience at the moment, and also Nemascalo, the left winger, who'd only played once before arriving here. So still with the power play situation. Elej is being individually marked just out of the picture to the right. Actually, that's not her. They've switched the marker. She is being marked now. Takes the shot. It's well saved. Roshoya Her. Back come Hungary. But once more, Croatia have weathered the storm while they were short-handed. Ironically, it's when they get back to full strength that they concede a goal, leaving the door open in the middle for Tomori to come through for her fourth goal. Eight minutes remaining then in the first half. These two teams haven't played each other for a long, long time. In fact, you have to go right back to Euro 1996 for the last meeting. Croatia winning 24-19. Quick break, and Kovacic, 29-year-old who plays for FTC Budapest, on the break. Grbić, the provider. And Hungary lead once more. Slow build up on the attack. Bazic back again. Inside the area, it's a free throw to Hungary. A little push on the way through, that'll be a free throw for the Hungarians. Hungarians in good voice now, they're leading, but still this very, very deep 5-1 defence by Croatia. And Zebic is a long way out. They've intercepted the ball again. Nicely done. Gace. It's a fifth goal, in fact. Free throw, bit of shoving going on there. No harm done though. 6 minutes to go. Tomori, Grbić looking to follow in, but link up on the line, not quite working with Samoranski. Well, while Croatia won all their matches to qualify, The Hungarians had a battle on their hands in Group 1 with Germany. They came second, but that was enough. In a group that also featured Belarus and Azerbaijan, those teams that didn't make it through. Shot efficiency, then, as you just saw in this game, still 63, 67%. It's dropping all the time, though. But then at 83% at the beginning, that was incredibly high by any standard. Nicely done. Lovric. Bit of a jump, line player holding back as much as she could. Milanovic Litre. No way through for Tomori. Into the last 5 minutes of the first half. Samoransky drops back in on the line. Gorobic is hovering now left back. That's a quick cross-court pass to open up the space. And a push. As Kovacic was going in to shoot. Has given a penalty to Hungary. Clever pass by Gorobic, though, cut everybody out. Well, she touched her, gave her a little push. It was subtle, but she was also standing inside the area. Gorobic once more. Oh, and she misses. Good save. Marta Zderic reacts quick. So a chance to level it goes slipping by. Zderic, who plays for the Croatian champions Podravka. In fact, both the goalkeepers play for Podravka. Goalkeeper efficiency. Zderic 33% and then 24 at the other end for Orsoya-Her. Not that high in fairness. That's a good save though by Orsoya-Her, but the rebound is there. Milanovic Litre, the line player, was waiting. There's the rebound. Tomori tried to get in the way, but she was in the wrong line. She had to reach across. And it's a 2-goal lead now for Croatia. 3.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Gorobic. And a 2-minute suspension. It's a very physical defence being played by the Croatians. On that occasion, it didn't look all that bad. But Milanovic Litre goes off. Third 2-minute suspension of the game for Croatia, none so far for Hungary. Tomori. Well, that's more like it, her 5th goal. Nice height. Great goal by the 25-year-old who plays for FTC Budapest. Croatia, though, still lead, but once more a switch to this individual defence, and Ivana Lovric, the playmaker, is being marked. And the penalty's been given, and once more Croatia managed to capitalise even when they're short-handed. And that's down to hard work by Kristina Eleš. So up steps Maja Zibic. Gorobic, Tomori. Another free throw. We enter the last 2 minutes of the first half. Hungary still on a power play. They've got to capitalise. The clock has finally been stopped. It looks like Tomori has picked up a bit of a cramp. I wonder, a knock. It's more to do with a knock that she's picked up on the way down. She's been battered a couple of times. An opportunity for Kovacic there, the 29-year-old winger, to have an exchange of views with her teammates very quickly. There's the incident again. And that's not good news at all for the Hungarians, as Tomori hobbles off. They've lost a few players themselves. I mean, Katalin Pallinger, superb goalkeeper, announced her international retirement after they failed to make the World Championships in 2011. And the ball just wouldn't go out wide. But they've also lost Agnes Horniak, who's expecting a child, and Timea Tot also announced that she was going to focus instead on her club. But Tomori's loss would be a big one. Frankly, they had a chance to move that ball wide earlier. It just took too long in the end. The winger was ready, and instead of driving in, she could have afforded to pass the ball even before the contact. It would have spared her a sore nose. And would have got a goal for the Hungarians, who seem to be unable to capitalise fully on the power plays they've had. It's a double power play. So Petkovic appears to be off, and they finally do capitalise, but it takes two Croatian players to be off to do it. Klivini. There's the shot. She's quite determined in her own way, not passing the ball wide again when the opportunity is there, and there's confirmation of Petkovic's 2-minute suspension on the last attack, and it means that although they've got one player back, they now have another one off, and that's 4 2-minute suspensions in this first half. Testament to the fact that they are defending incredibly hard with this deep 5-1 defence. Too many steps, giving the ball away cheaply, seconds remaining, but they shouldn't rush it, the Hungarians. There's no need to. It's longer than you think. They've got a power play and they have to make this count. It'd be better to try and go into the half-time break full square. Gurbic tries that wing effort again. Not so much space this time, though. Finally. She overbounced it. Verten. She's been anonymous in this first half. She finally gets the ball. And Zderic came forwards. She had so many options. It was a huge angle for the shot. Zderic may celebrate, but it was entirely poor shooting, I'm afraid. Seconds to go, off the bar, it stays out. Keeper's ball, and there goes the half-time buzzer. And Croatia still lead 15-14 in this Group C match in Novi Sad. It's been end-to-end stuff. 29 goals in the first half. Neither team really able to capitalise. It's been so close, but the Croatians showing no ill effects from losing so many players just before they travelled out here. They've really settled into it well. Here was that last effort. Lob. It was a good opportunity and could well and probably should well have gone in. And so at half-time, Croatia lead Hungary 15-14 in the Vojvodina Arena. Every one of the games in this group is going to be a crunch game. And so 61% success rate for the Hungarians, shooting 59 for the Croatian from a high of 84 early on in the opening 8 minutes. But that is remarkably high. 9 turnovers for Croatia, 6 for the Hungarians. And of course 4 2-minute suspensions for the Croatians, who are defending hard. Top scorers are Gace and Tomori, 5 goals apiece for Croatia and Hungary. That's how it's looking. Gurbic with 4, but only one of them from open play. The rest are all penalties. Elesh with 3 goals. She's been, I think, the best of the players so far in the team. And this is the progression of the game. 2-goal lead at 1 point for the Croatians. That's as good as it's got for either side in the game so far. Here's where the goals came from for Croatia. Well, the right-hand side is fairly quiet. 3 fast breaks, 2 penalties. Otherwise, it's all down the middle with 1 wing and 1 left back. For the Hungarians, well, it is all down the middle and left back. The right-hand side also is not getting any service anyway. 3 fast breaks and 3 penalties to add to that. We'll take a short break. Join us again for the second half.
to deny Nikita.
So welcome back to the Vojvodina Arena in Novi Sad. Half-time here in this Group C match, and Croatia are leading Hungary 15-14 on day one of Euro 2012. Hungarians about to throw off the second half. And it's really tight this in... well, we had a full start on the hall clock, I wonder. Croatia, remember, begin the... second half short-handed with Petkovic serving a 2-minute suspension still. Just a few seconds remaining on that one. And they are just resetting the clock, I believe, in the arena here. And there is the problem. I think the 30-minute countdown rather just didn't start. So I think we are all set. They've added the 6 seconds. They have several timekeepers working on this, so they know exactly how much time's elapsed already. They don't restart, they simply reset the clock in the hall, and there we go, we are ready now. A hard shot straight wide, unfortunately, on that one. And you may think a bit selfish of the Croatian right winger Gaci not to throw the ball back to her own keeper when it went wide, but there was a purpose behind that. They were trying to run the clock down on the last seconds of that 2-minute suspension. Shot efficiency around the 60% now for both teams. Bazic has resumed in the centre, and for Croatia at right back, Zanakovic has come in, just 15 internationals to her name, 3 goals, number 26. Bazic nearly all the way around, broke through. Awkward to shoot from that angle, trying to turn back in, but just couldn't beat Orshoyaher. Gurbic looks for the line. Free throw. Shot goes into Bazic, and another 2-minute suspension for holding. She hasn't been on long, but it's Dragica Jono. Five 2-minute suspensions. Here it is again. Just lifted the line player off her feet. Tomori, straight down the middle. Comfortable save for her. Oh, and Gurbic gets the loose ball, but it's fouled. She gets a slash across the face, I think. There's Tomori's first shot. The ball comes out. Gurbic reacts first, grabs the ball, and is in fact caught by the goalkeeper, but the defender standing inside the area anyway at that point. It's not so much the problem with Deric, as we see once more there, Jono, who's serving out that 2-minute suspension from the previous incident. Well, Gurbic missed the last penalty. You wonder if she's going to take this one or if she'll let someone else have a go. See it from this side here. And it was a slow reaction, I think, by Milanovic Litre. Well, Gurbic is going to take it. Well, as soon as Zderic lifts a leg, puts the ball in underneath, it's a 5th goal. Four of them coming from the 7-meter line, and with the extra player once more, Hungary switched to this 5-0-1 defence. They've picked up once more on Kristina Eles, 25-year-old, plays a club handball in Hungary, being marked by Ride Shos. Confirmation of the 5 2-minute suspensions. Hungary haven't had one yet. That was good feed. Gurbic set up Kovacic, who made a complete hash of a shot. She could have even gone wide if she wanted to get a bigger angle. But Marta Zderic makes the save. In the end, Zderic has to come forward to help because of Elej being individually marked. There it is again. Free throw, and that's fine. That lets the clock run down on the suspension. It's all square here in Novi Sad. Free throw. Peraicha, who's come on in the second half. There she is. 27 years of age, just 21 internationals, 44 goals. She also plays the club handball in Zaječar. Together with Zebic. One of the newcomers to the team. Oh, Tomori tried to get the ball quickly into Verten, but not a great pass, but she was fouled in the process anyway, and she's down. And once more needs treatment from the staff. There's Gurbic, she was the provider. She's got such great vision. Probably just winded, I suspect, in that collision with Peraicha. Tomori is up again. She got treatment at the end of the first half. She missed the end of the first half, came back on again, and now she's injured again. The Hungarian fans really they are some of the most colourful fans we see at these events. Verten comes around from the wing. If anything, though, she was sucking the defence in just when it didn't need sucking in. All the way through. That's more like it. Redei, Schuss. Tries to go all the way through. Basic gets the free throw. Good defending. Sekeres is at the centre of the defence there, holding up Basic as she came through. Interestingly, Croatia back to full strength, but Hungary decided to stay with the 5-0-1 defence as Zebic scores. Fourth goal for Zebic. Serbian-based player. Gurbic tries to put it through the keeper. It's well saved by Zderic. Basic looking to pass quickly into the line. That seemed to go off a leg. It's not given. Verten tries to run down, fumbles it. Verten, who's really having a poor game so far. Very anonymous by her standards. Trying to cut back in again. Stolen unfairly, say the referees, and it's a free throw. Hungary keep possession. 5 minutes played in the second half, all square here, 16-all. At the moment, Spain are leading this group by virtue of their 23-20 win. She's put it wide. Redei, Schuss. And for Croatia, Jana Čović comes back in again, the number 26. So can you guys really turn in the bench? He's not risking tiring out his few remaining experienced players, but just leave them on the whole time. It's good that he's got the nerve to do it. Zebic again, back-to-back goals, fifth now. And they're back in front. And for Hungary, Valeria Sabo comes in on the line, number 11. Started at half-time. Shot by Tomori. She'll come back for a free throw. Sabo, who was a late change. Cifra had been picked as the line player for the Hungarian team, or one of the two line players, but was injured last week. And Valeria Sabo, who herself was carrying a bit of an injury, was brought back in again, the number 11. She plays for Zvezda Zvenigorod in Russia. Well, the shooting efficiency of the Hungarian team is going down the pan at the moment. Oh, nicely done. Oh, two sides of the post and back out again. Gurbic looks for options on the way back again. Tomori. Line needed the ball. Even in the end, they're going to have to bring it back again. They were too slow, and Croatia settled back into their 5-1 defence. Gurbic marked, held up on the way in. Very physical defending. And the referees have allowed a fair bit of physical play. I think the Croatians are basically playing to the whistle on that one. Paid the price with 5 2-minute suspensions. A slow build-up, and Hungary have gone back to a 6-0 defence, more standard for them when facing a full Croatian team. And the first 2-minute suspension of the game for the Hungarians for that foul on Milanovic Litre, and it goes to Klara Sikeres, one of the newer players, 36 internationals. There's the incident again, and so that means that the number 23 is out, and it's a power play for the first time in the game for the Croatians. Will they capitalise on this, I wonder, in a way that the Hungarians haven't, and that's how you do it. A lovely quick play. Scored by Milanovic Litre, her 3rd goal of the game. Textbook stuff. Quick crossover, and then as the defender edged out, ball goes in. 2-goal lead, and that's 3 goals back-to-back now for Croatia. The first time either team, is it? Well, no, in fact, the Croatians have done it once in the first half. They got 3 goals back-to-back. But more to the point, it's now nearly 5 minutes since the Hungarians last scored. And Zebic gets her 6th goal, 4 on the trot now. And this dry spell for Hungary is proving problematic. Kanuga knows it's could be a crucial turning point in the game. And they still have a power play for another 50 seconds. Gurbic tries to go through. Tough defending going on in there. In the end, Elej happy to concede the free throw. Verten, Gurbic has gone wide. Oh, Gurbic tries a low shot. Flexes her wrist as much as she can to get a bit of power behind it, but she's fouled in the process. Free throw, but passive play being called against them. Nearly run the clock down. That's off the keeper, and it'll be a throw into Hungary, and they will run the clock down now. It's a good save, nevertheless, by Zderic. 22-year-old plays for Podravka. And the least experienced of the 2 keepers here, but still given a good run out, and she certainly has proved her point here. Quick turn, keep the ball in motion is the main trick. Bazic looks for support, there's no one there, and all the Hungarians are back. And in the end, she brings the ball out. 10 minutes into the second half, then a 1-goal lead has become a 3-goal lead for Croatia. At full strength now. Back in on the line goes Katarina Jezic, the number 17. Just 19 years of age, the line player. Better watch herself, though. She's already had 2 2-minute suspensions in the game so far. Ah, lovely drive through, but where was the defence? Lovric just did a quick sidestep and drove right through the defence. Look at this. Whoop. And the slip by Anita Bulat left the door wide open. 7 minutes since Hungary scored, and they've now conceded 5 without reply. This game is running away from them if they're not careful. And then too many steps. It's just going from bad to worse for them at the moment. Karl-Erik Boehn tries to stay calm about this, but he must realise that they are in danger of completely losing their footing here. He switches to defence. Gurbic is going out. That's a big ask on her. There's confirmation. No goals for 8 minutes. And they've now conceded 6 without reply. Peraica her first goal of the game. And not much really that Orshoya Her could do about that. She came out to cover the angle, but it was a very wide angle for the shot. And not a huge surprise that team timeout has been called. Karl-Erik Bøhn just needs to regroup. But I'm afraid it's a little late for that. It's coming up to 9 minutes now without a goal, 6 goals conceded, and it's gone from a 16-15 lead to a 16-21 deficit for the Hungarians. Well, they certainly have the strength in depth in this squad to turn things around. The main thing is not to panic. They're one of those teams, though, that have come close very often and sometimes just show frailties in their character that mean that they give up too early or they just lose their footing a bit. Hungary, who arrive here fresh from winning the Turchin Cup in the Ukraine at the end of November, beat amongst others the Ukraine, Macedonia and the Netherlands. Netherlands, of course, who should have been hosting these European Championships but had to back out some 9 months ago. Serbia, who'd hosted the men's European Championships last January, were asked if they could step back in again and do a carbon copy for the women, and they've done that with consummate professionalism. Well, Karl-Erik Bøhn has gone to the table for a discussion and maybe said a little bit too much, and he's got himself a yellow card. Doesn't contest it. He's had a couple of complaints with the refereeing decisions, but no luck there. It is now 9 minutes since the Hungarians last scored. They are in desperate need of unlocking the door again here if they can. Tomori fouled. She'll come back out again for a free throw. Oh, brilliant. Zushansky to the relief of the Hungarian spectators here. 4 goals in it now. Tries to drive through, no way there. Too many steps, says Gurbic. It's not the way the referees see it. Lovric gets a let off. And Gurbic comes out once more. She's individually marking Ivana Lovric, the playmaker. Trying to rattle the Croatian players, especially some of the younger players are on now. Maybe a chance if they can aggressively defend deep themselves, that they could unsettle them. Goalkeeper efficiency, 41% for Zderic. I'm afraid not so good for Orshoya Her, who's down in the 20s. And Kovacic scores her 3rd goal. 2 quick goals in succession here. Is this the restart for the Hungarians, as Tomori on the left of the picture there gets up and looks to the referee to say, well, what action are you going to take about that? Well, there's no doubt that the Croatians are defending very physically. But I guess as a player, you play to the whistle. And the Hungarians are just not enjoying it at the moment. It's very deep, very physical defence. Free throw. And a complaint now from the Croatians as Ivana Lovric feels she was fouled. Pass to the line, just hesitated, and that was enough to lose the opportunity. And Lovric is looking a little bit rattled out there, I have to say. Free throw, no way through for Petkovic. Good defending now by Hungary. They seem rejuvenated all of a sudden. Attacking foul, well defended. Midway through the second half, 21-18 to Croatia. The crowd are beginning to believe it. Kovacic shoots, but again, her shooting has gone a bit wayward in this game. Straight down the middle, plants the ball into Zderic when a little more subtlety was required. Tomori. Zderic reacted slow, and Tomori gets a 6th goal. 3 without reply now, and they're within 2. Free throw again. Nothing given, and the referees keep the arm down as well. Play on, they say. And Hungary all of a sudden have found renewed energy and confidence in their attack and their defense. Crowd really trying to lift them here. Good a bit. And again, Tomori, same thing, standing shot. No one comes up to her, and she just helps herself. 7 goals from 10 attempts. And they're within 1, having been 5 goals down. Team timeout called by Croatia. Kanuga, well, first thing he's going to tell them is, do you realize you've just thrown away a 5-goal lead? They seem to have this wrapped up. 21-16. They'd locked out the Hungarians for 9 minutes, and all of a sudden they concede 4 goals without reply. The Hungarians have realized that, well, the referees are allowing hard defense on the Croatian side. That's the way they're playing it. Then we should do the same. And the likes of Lovric are not enjoying it one bit. Could it be a big turnaround, I wonder? So, can Croatia get the machinery started again from their side? Well, the Hungarian fans trying to unsettle him a bit with the old booze and catcalls. 5 minutes since Croatia last scored. Bazic tries to go through. Brought her arm over the top of Zuzanski. But just couldn't drive through. Bazic again. It's in. 2nd goal for her. And it just settles nerves a little bit on the Croatian side. A lot of pushing going on by Petkovic. She gets a friendly warning from the referee, but it's a let-off, I'd have to say. Tomori! Well, she is absolutely driven now, Tomori. Eight goals for her. That's the shot efficiency. Croatia 61, Hungary 54% now. Long range shot, Lovric. Third goal for her. Comes around and one-on-one. And unfortunately, Sikeres stood back, and it gave her enough drive to come all the way and put the shot in. Verton trying to cut back in again, pulled back from the shirt, and that's an attacking foul. Croatia have the ball, no long pass looking obvious, and the ball is just brought back. So Croatia leading by 2. After they had a 5-goal lead at one point, looked to be running with this game. Oh, give away. And a chance now. Touch on the ball, but Zamoranski still scores under a lot of pressure. 26-year-old from FTC Budapest had to turn back inside Lovric. First goal of the game for her. Zamoranski, who's had a lot of defensive works, and the fast break goals are 4 apiece now in this game. Ball's loose. Hungary have got it. 10 minutes to go in the game. Once more, the deep defence comes out to meet the Hungarian team coming in. Maja Zebic at the front of the defence, her traditional role. Tomori tries to go through this time, can't quite get her footing. Quick feed in by Gorebic, the line player though couldn't turn. Zamoranski. And they come back and get a free throw instead. It's just 1 goal in it. And with a group that's really too close to call, with the likes of Spain, Germany, Croatia and Hungary. And of course, the 3 teams that go through will take the results of those matches with them. Verton finally, with about 9 minutes remaining, gets her first goal of the game. And it's all square here in Novi Sad. Will the Croatian nerves hold now as the Hungarians have levelled the score? 9 minutes remaining. Into the wing. Oh, that's nicely done. Zebic, 30-year-old, scored 379 goals for Croatia in 148 appearances. Gives her side the lead again with her 7th goal of the game. Won't count. They'll come back for the free throw, and they're still working hard at the front of the defence. Gorebic turns inside, a little push as she goes to shoot. She doesn't seem too happy with Bazic on that one there, but she's been given a free throw. Oh, it's gone wide. The shots that really should be counting for them. Zushansky. Didn't hold it. Breakout instead. They've stolen the ball. Oh, took a deflection. Zamoranski again, I think it was. Second in the game. And still they're level. That 5-goal lead for Croatia seems like a long time ago now, doesn't it? Fast break goals, 9 of them so far. Hungary getting 5. Seven minutes to go in the game. Croatia lacking in ideas at the moment. And Word from the referee to both the line player. And I think Sekeres. Hungarians have now put in Eva Kish in goal, replacing Orsoya Her, 25-year-old, played 15 times for her country. Karl-Erik Bøhn is trying everything to turn this match around. It's gone straight through, nothing through the referees, and Hungary look to capitalise now. Into the line. Oh, almost handed the ball to the goalkeeper, bravely came shooting out, took her by surprise. It's blocked by a defender, and that will be a throw-in for Croatia, who keep possession. There was the chance for Samoranski. All she would have had to do was almost a volleyball tap over the goalkeeper, and she might have got it in. It was Zderic, though, came out so quick. She must have looked enormous in front of her. She turned around. Nothing, say the referees. You didn't control the ball. It's your loss. End-to-end stuff here. Mistakes at both ends. Ah! Tomori with a 9th goal, and Hungary, from 5 goals down, take the lead at 25-24. But we've got a 2-minute suspension almost immediately. They're saying pushing. Zushansky goes off, and she looks absolutely stunned by the decision. There's the goal by Tomori. Unfortunately, the celebrations curtailed quickly after this with that suspension. Well, whatever the decision, Hungary have to live with it now. They are short-handed, and will this just gift Croatia a chance to get back in again? Big angle from the wing, and it does there. Zebic with her 8th goal levels it again. Shot efficiency still hovering around the 60s, low, high 50s. Free throw again. Tomori takes the shot. It's comfortably saved by Zderic. We are inside the last 5 minutes now. And again from the left wing. And it's Zebic. Two goals back-to-back for her. And the Croatian bench can breathe again. They've resumed the lead in this game. Grbić, penalty. Went wide. Probably looking for the penalty, if anything. It would have been an awkward to take. Verton took in the defenders, and Peraica then tried to come back in again, but just charges into Grbić. And the push there might, under some circumstances, even got you a 2-minute suspension. Oh, and Grbić misses the penalty, but is fortunate to get the rebound. It's all square again. And just a few seconds before they're back to full strength, there's the rebound. Goalkeeper ducked out of the way to avoid knocking it back into her own goal, but then it went straight back to Grbić. Less than 4 minutes remaining. Into the wing. Oh, it's gone wide, just as Hungary get back to full strength again. There's such a big chance there for Peraica. Oh, great play. Quick closing on the defence. Tomori trying to drive through. Let's have a look at this again as she tries to drive through. There's the slash across her. It has been a very, very physical defence by Croatia. Anxious looks from some of the Hungarian supporters, and a penalty's been given. Zamoranski holds her arm. I think the Hungarians are going to know they've been in a match here. Takes the ball, turns to shoot. And this, they crouch down and really going with a shoulder into those blocks. The idea is lift them up as much as you can. So penalty, who will take it, as Croatia put in Ivana Jelčić in goal. Zushansky to take the penalty. Off the post, and no one there to pick up the rebound this time other than the Croatian defence. And Hungary could have taken the lead with 3 minutes remaining. Missed the opportunity. Well, they've missed 3 penalties. That's a reaction from the crowd. One of the penalties was hit back on the rebound, but not that one, I'm afraid. 2.5 minutes remaining. It's all square here in Novi Sad. And the crowd, mostly Hungarian supporters, trying to unsettle Croatia now late in the game here. Free throw, Croatia. Jezic makes the pass, drops back in again. She was running for the pass, she didn't get it though. Fumbled the ball and a double dribble. And there's the pressure getting to them, and we're into the last 2 minutes. It's a 21-16 lead it was for Croatia at one point, but a 10-5 exchange since then. What a turnaround by Hungary. 28 turnovers in the game, though, phenomenally high. 18 of them for Croatia. That's gone out of play for a throw-in. Croatia keep possession, 1.5 minutes remaining. Looking for the long-range shot into the wing instead. No, stolen unfairly, say the referees. They've given a free throw. Well, that didn't seem like such a bad tackle when you think of what has been allowed in the game. Team timeout's been called by Vladimir Kanyuga, the Croatian coach. This is the money time. This is when the pressure is at its greatest, and who's going to hold their nerve? What an amazing game we've had here. Zebic has got 9 goals. Tomori is on 9. Gurbic on 6, and she still managed to miss 2 penalties in the process. And how Zushansky, the 25-year-old from Budapest, is going to be kicking herself for missing that last penalty that would have just put the pressure back on Croatia. And as we approach the last minute here, who's going to hold their nerve and walk away with the points, or will they share them? And that might be an interesting combination in what is going to be undoubtedly a very, very close group.
Very good, work. And when we come in attack, here's on this side, Gelben 1 by 1, number 7, go. Come on.
Just simple plays, asking for the drive and pass. Trying to overlap the defence if you can. That works well one way, but unfortunately on the left wing, Verton has just had a rather quiet day by her standards. Oh, what a goal! Elej, her 4th of the game, and Croatia edged back in front again. 1 minute to go, and they're preparing to take off the goalkeeper if needs. The bib going on one of the court players, just in case. Good a bit. Tomori, who's back in there at the end. She's done so much in this game. She's been knocked about, hammered in. Free throw only. The clock's still ticking. She's got to come and fetch the ball. Zamoranski. Switch. Good a bit. Into the line. Defending inside. Penalty. Well, they've missed 3 in the game. Who's going to have the nerve to step up now with 26 seconds remaining to take a penalty that could give a draw in this match and share the points? Gurbic, the provider, There's the foul, and it's Gurbic who's going to do it herself. Well, real nerve, top corner, her 7th goal, it's all square. Croatia now, one last foray as the Hungarian bench celebrate. 15 seconds to go, they've got time, they shouldn't rush it. Into the wing, Piraica! Oh, it's off the keeper! Oh, unlucky, Eva Kish appeared to save the ball, it dropped behind and with a spin, it's gone in. Croatia lead 28-27. The Hungarians look absolutely disconsolate, but you got to feel for Eva Kish. Kanyuga, well, he looks almost surprised. Is it counting or isn't it counting? 2 seconds to go. The Croatians are all smiles. There's a discussion going on at the table. I'm not sure what about. Strange it may have been. Unlucky certainly was. But unfortunately, it's a legitimate goal. We'll see it again. It was a clever cross-court pass. Cut out everybody. Verton out of position. There you go, she saves it. But then she hits the ball herself off her own shoulder. And it goes in. Oh, staggeringly unlucky for Eva Kish, the 25-year-old who's only been in for the last 6 minutes. And you can see the reaction of the Hungarian players in front who are watching that. 2 seconds to go. It's not going to happen, is it? Tomori may try a long-range shot. That's about as good as it's going to get. And there it is. And Croatia, despite all the injury woes, have won a game. They've won it principally on defence. They're 5-1 physical defence, playing right to the edge, completely unsettled the Hungarians. They locked them out for 9 minutes, scoring 6 goals. And although the Hungarians bravely fought back at one point even to lead by a goal, it wasn't enough in the end. And the irony of it all is that the Croatians have one of the unluckiest of goals, a ball coming off the goalkeeper, bouncing in the air, and then hitting a shoulder to go into the goal. But the Croatians have defended for every minute of this game as if their hearts depended on it, and the Hungarians come to the centre dejected. They've dropped the opening points of the game. Croatia will be top of the group together with Spain tonight. They're lining up for the traditional shaking of hands. The Croatians still celebrating, are awaited in the centre when they're ready, and there's confirmation. Croatia 28, Hungary 27. Well, the goalkeeper is so dejected, poor old Eva Kish. She hasn't even stepped out onto the court, and the MVP award's been given out. And Zebic, no surprise there, with her 9 goals, gets the Player of the Match award for Croatia. You wonder whether Tomori will get it for the Hungarians. 9 goals. Well, that's an interesting choice. Ridei Shos, number 20, 3 goals. Defended hard, that's for sure. But you're not going to put a smile on that face, I'm afraid, for a little while. Going through the motions. The right back. And I'm not sure any of the players will be too bothered about that. And Tomori, first to break ranks and walk away. Doesn't even want to go through the ritual of shaking hands. She was absolutely battered throughout this game. Well, all credit to the Croatians. They arrived here. A lot of people didn't know what to expect from them after losing so many key players. But they have won the game. Fair to say, though, they still had a fair few experienced players in their lineup, as did the Hungarians, but they settled well. 60% success rate with their shooting, Croatia, 51 only for the Hungarians, but 28 turnovers in all in this game, a lot of mistakes, and 5 2-minute suspensions as well for the Croatians. This was a progression, that long break at the bottom you can see after the first 2 goals for the Hungarians, and that really did turn the match on its head, although there was a long gap afterwards. Zebic and Tomori both getting 9 goals apiece each for the Croatian and the Hungarian team. They were top scorers. Gurbic got 7, 2 of them from open play. The rest were all from the 7-meter line. This is where the goals came from for Croatia, fairly well scattered, except at the right back position, where there wasn't too much going on. 4 fast breaks and 2 penalties to add to that. And for the Hungarians, well, it's mostly left and right back on the line, and then 5 penalties, 5 fast breaks. The wings very quiet here today. And so tonight it is Spain and Croatia who are top of Group C here in Novi Sad. Hungary and Germany 0 points at this stage. Hope you enjoy the game. That's it for us for now. Thanks for watching, and until next time, from me, Paul Bray, goodbye.